Okay, this video here is strictly for the visual artists who take their art career extremely seriously. So what I mean by this is those who see visual arts as the only option. If you're working another job, you're only working that job to put yourself in the best position to become a full-time artist. If that's the case, this is the video for you. I'm gonna share a lot of personal things with you in this video. I'm gonna cause you to test yourself, and we're gonna lay it out on the table here, but I promise you, I'm only doing this to help you achieve the things you want to achieve. Think of me as that best friend that really have your best interests at heart. I'm that one friend that tell you exactly what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. By the way, if you do not know who I am, my name is Jeroy Henry. I'm the founder of Artist Rise, and we help a ton of artists make anywhere from 10 all the way as high as $70,000 months selling their artwork independently. And I'm here to just provide value to you and put you in the best position to achieve the same results. So here's the thing. First, you have to come to reality with yourself. What do I mean by this? I talk to a lot of artists every single day, and every artist tell me the same thing. Gerard, I'm working crazy hard. I want to be really successful. I'm giving it all I got. But the real question is, are you really? Are you really giving it everything you got? And if you are, first we need to decide on what everything you got actually look like, right? Because a lot of people may think they're giving it all that they got, but they just bullshitting themselves. You're not actually working nearly as hard as you should be working. You see, let me explain. You see, 99% of artists that I talk to think they're working their ass off to become a successful artist just because they're paying in 8 and 9, 10 hours a day. You see, being in the studio 8 hours a day do not mean you're working your ass off. You're doing the fun part. You're doing the hobby. You're doing the thing that most artists say, Gerard, I would pay whether I'm successful or not. Why? Because you enjoy it. You're doing what you enjoy. You're doing the fun stuff. This is not you working your ass off. This do not mean you're working hard. Working hard means you're working on the hard stuff. The hard stuff is the marketing, the sales, getting in front of people, understanding psychology, understanding sales. When you're doing those things, then you're working. But let's define these things in extreme detail. So first thing first, if you think you're not working hard, I want you to understand something. You only have one life. You have one opportunity. Once this opportunity passes, it's gone, and it's gone for good, and it would never come back. One question I always ask myself is when I'm on my deathbed, old wrinkly old me, laying on my deathbed, I want to think to myself, this was one hell of a life, one fun life, one rewarding life, and most importantly, one fulfilling life. You see, 97% of people will lie on a deathbed with regret because they did not chase the things that they wanted to chase, and they did not pursue the things they wanted to pursue, and they did not do the things they needed to do to achieve the things that they wanted to achieve. Do not be one of those artists. So we're gonna break some of those beliefs that you think about yourself when it comes to you working hard. So first thing first, ask yourself what you did over the last 12 months. And how much did you grow for the last 12 months? Majority of us been in the same position, if not declined over the next 12 months. But that's fine. But first we have to understand that we have to come to reality that we haven't been applying ourselves as we need to. You see, applying yourself as you need to means you getting up a little bit earlier to achieve the things you want to achieve. You're working a little bit harder on the things that you want to achieve. You're going through the troubled times, such as the trial and error to achieve the things you want to achieve. Is you remaining humble, but you also remaining focused and giving it all you got every single day. Is you giving up the weekends, the parties, the playing, the hanging out, the phone calls, the dating. You're giving it all up to achieve the things you want to achieve. And if you do that, you're going to see yourself progressing. So the question is, did you progress over the last 12 months? If the answer is no, that's fine. So the next question is, how the heck do I get on the right track to progress? First thing first, you want to map out your entire day. Map out your entire day. I'll give you an example. If you wake up at 7 o'clock, it start off like this. I wake up at 7 o'clock. From 7 to 8:30, I'm usually getting ready for work. By 8:45, I'm at work. I start work at 9. I'm not off from work until 5 p.m. in the evening. Once I'm off from 5 p.m. in the evening, it takes me about 30 minutes to get home. Once I'm home, it's typically about 6:15. I eat, then it's 7. From 7 to 9, I'm usually just hanging out, relaxing, chilling. Usually I'm asleep by 10, and I repeat that cycle the next day. On weekends, I typically spend my weekends like this because I'm off. You want to really map out your day and become conscious of the time you're spending in that 24-hour span. That day only come once, so you want to be really wise about your time. You want to focus on on the things that's gonna bring you the most benefit in the short term and the most fulfillment in the long term. Let me explain. You may realize you gonna hit the gym every morning may bring you more benefit in a short term. In a week, you might start seeing results. In a month, you might start seeing even better results. In the long term, a year later, you're gonna be fulfilled because you're gonna be happy with the physique you've accomplished. It's the same thing with your art career. If you start investing 1 hour a day into the marketing and sales side, short term, you'll become more knowledgeable, which is the benefit. You're most likely gonna start seeing more sales. Long term, you're probably gonna become a full-time artist because you're really educated on how to market and sell your work, which is something 99% of artists don't know how to do. So once again, really map out your day, your 24 hours, see what time is wasted, and then think about giving that time to what's more beneficial short term and fulfilling long term. In order to do this, you have to carve out all of the fat. All of it. I mentioned this earlier. Let's talk about what this fat look like. So we have a lot of fat in our day. We want to just carve it. And sometimes the fat could be hidden. For example, throughout your day, you may think you're working, but you may check your phone and go on Instagram 4, 5, 6 times, but that time add up and then you realize you've been on Instagram for 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's a lot of fat that could get cut out and used beneficially. Where can you carve? Am I hanging out on the phone with my friends? Am I going to hang out with them? Am I going to make unnecessary runs like to the store and to go pick up different things for different people? Am I spending time on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or TikTok? That's a big one. Am I spending way too much time in the kitchen? Because some people love to just cook, and cooking is phenomenal. I love to eat. But are you spending way too much time in the kitchen? Figure out where you're spending that time and then carve that time out to give to the things that once again is going to bring you benefit short term and fulfillment long term. All you need is 1 hour a day focused on how to market and sell your artwork. 1 hour a day, 5 days a week is 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week is 20 hours a month. If you invest 20 hours a month on the education side, focusing on how to sell and market your artwork, you're gonna be far ahead of every other artist. If you do 2 hours a day, you're gonna achieve the results you wanna achieve twice as fast. Let that sink in for a second. 1 hour a day is gonna get you far ahead of everyone else in the visual art space. 2 hours a day is gonna allow you to achieve your goals twice as fast. You see, here's the reality. In the visual art space, we always been told, don't work hard, relax, it's okay, take your time, be lenient, don't try to overwork yourself. And when you're told things like this, we typically take the back seat, we take this very comfortable life, and we find ourselves struggling because we're not focusing on achieving the things we want to achieve. We kind of just moving through life as a wave, just allowing the wind to take us wherever it may take us. But now it's time for you to take control. It's time for you to become that shark in the water and you're going after the bait. The bait is the things you want to achieve. It's your goals, it's your art career. You see, the problem is no one is telling artists to get their ass up and go work and make it happen. But that's really what you need to hear. It's time to get your ass up and go make it happen. It's time for you to turn your passion into a full-time career. It's time for you to wake up a little earlier, work a little later, and focus on the most important things. Creating art is the fun part. But now it's time you become a badass. And my artists that crush it, I mean absolutely crush it, doing $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 months independently, these artists are freaking crazy. I'm gonna start interviewing some of these artists so you can check it out. But these artists are crazy. They work crazy hard. They lose sleep, they up early, they become obsessed. If you ask them about their life, they don't have a life. Their life is their art career because they love it so much. I have an artist right now named Jonah. This guy spends so much time at his gallery. Anytime we talk, he's always at his gallery working. Always. And he crush it. He's obsessed. And his mind is focused on opening the next gallery. And that's where you want to be. You want to be thinking and becoming obsessed with the things you want to achieve. And you want to go all in on it. All in do not mean leave your 9-to-5 job, but all in means you focusing on the most important thing to you, which is your art career. It's family first, then your career second. And become really good at it. If you're watching these videos, you already on the right track. You already ahead of a ton of artists. And in these videos, I'm going to be laying out all the things I teach to my artists for them to achieve the goals that they want to achieve so you can achieve the same thing. But you have to be committed. Commitment is the most important thing. I talk to so many artists and they say, hey Gerard, I got 1 hour a day to invest into my art career and I want to make $10,000 per month. My question is, how the heck do you expect it to happen? You want to make $120,000 a year, but you're not even willing to invest more than an hour a day. People work 10-hour days to make 6 figures a year. People go to school for 4 years to make $60,000 a year. And you can't invest more than 1 hour a day to become a full-time artist, to follow your dreams. You don't have an hour a day. It's not for you. It's for those artists who are obsessed. Those artists who become obsessed. I have artists that make 6 figures a year, but guess what? They're working 8 and 9 hours a day. Half of their time is going to marketing and selling their work. The other half of their time is going to creating the artwork. But you have to put in the work. You see, these are the things no one is going to tell you, and the only reason no one is telling you to do these things is because the less you care about how much money you make, the more everybody else get the profit. In these videos, you're going to learn how to profit for yourself and keep 100% of your income. I told you, I'm here to be your best friend that's going to tell you the things that you need to hear because I actually care. With that being said, if you want to focus on getting your art career in shape and really giving it 1000% to achieve the things that you want to achieve, if you becoming obsessed and you really want to succeed, here's another video explaining how to get your finances in order and to understand money as a visual artist to put you in the best position for success. I'm going to see you on that video. See you in a bit.